Hello everybody, and welcome back to Occult Perspectives. I actually did a video earlier today, the Goetia Part 2, but I decided I am going to do another YouTube video today, and I have a special guest I'm going to be bringing on here that you'll get to meet. So, Nova, whenever you're ready.
I'm coming in. But guys, I got some stuff to show you.
What do you want to show them?
I'm showing them four things.
Four things.
Four things. Okay, so first off is this. It's really cute. I just got it yesterday.
Does it have a name?
Her name is Kiki.
Kiki. She's got pink eyes. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's a special cat.
For sure.
And then this one is kind of big. It's almost the same size as me. This. It's a big cool.
Sloth.
It's a big sloth with a. What does this say?
Feeling. What's that say? Philosophical. That's awesome.
And he has this little hoodie on that says. And it goes over his eyeballs, though. It's weird, but he's fat. He's fat.
Chunky little dude.
Now I'm gonna check out. This one was like, that sloth was my favorite. This one was my second favorite. I got it yesterday, but I have more that I got yesterday, but they're in my room. I didn't want you guys to show them all because it's a bunch. And I gave some of them to my brother because some of them I didn't want. So this one is a little elephant that's that's pink and blue.
You could probably do like 100 videos on all your stuffed animals and dolls, couldn't you?
Oh, I do
You
have
a lot.
I have 100. I actually, now when I got these yesterday, it made 100 stuffed animals.
Dang.
Yes, it did.
That's a lot.
And that's all really about her. But she's so cute, and I love her. And then this little one, I wanted to show you guys because it's cute
I like
and
that.
stuff.
It's a pink little head wig.
No, that's not what it's called.
Well, what's it called?
It's called,
Hoo, hoo.
yeah, it makes that sound. I forgot what it's called. What is it called?
Owl.
Owl.
What, does it have a name?
Its name is, hold on. Did I tell you the name of, hold on.
Just the cat, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna, just the cat's gonna be at the end for a second because something happened and I accidentally did something wrong. So yeah, the sloth guy again, I named him, Hoodie Sloth.
Hoodie Sloth.
Because he's wearing a hoodie and he's a sloth. So yeah, I thought that would be.
Yeah.
And then this one's name was,
Do you remember?
Livy.
Livy.
Her name was Livy. So yeah. And then the owl's name was.
Who?
Oh no, I forgot. Why do I keep forgetting their name?
Is it a he or a she?
It's a she. Everly.
Oh, I like that.
Her name was Everly.
Cool.
And that's how it ended.
Heck yeah. Let's see, our minutes, 4 minutes long so far. Is there anything else you want to say? Or like you want to do a YouTube channel one day, don't you?
Yes, I do, but like. Hold on. I need to show them something. I'll be right back, though.
You got something else?
I got something to show.
Alrighty. While she's going to get that, this video is going to be about another Holy Bible video. We're going to continue reading from Genesis, and we are on chapter 6 now. I think this is the Holy Bible part 5. I could be wrong, but I think we're at video 5. So that's what we'll pick up here in just a couple minutes.
So this, right now it's dead. I have to...
Close the door.
Okay, before I show them what this does. Okay, this is what I do some videos on.
Oh yeah, she's been practicing doing videos on the 3DS.
And Tyler, I told him that it does that. He didn't know it.
Nope. I didn't know it took long videos. I knew you could like take pictures of yourself and stuff.
But it takes really long videos.
That's cool. That's good practice. And you would still have them on there, right? You can save them on there.
Yeah. But, so guys, I'm really going to tell you about all this. So, for DS, you can put games in it, and yeah. But when you open it up, the bottom screen, sometimes you could touch screen the bottom screen.
I'm going to show mine too, since you have yours out.
Oh yeah. Me and Tyler got it before mine. I got this one at my old house.
I got a black one.
I got this at my old house overnight. And did you know? Hold on, let me get that
game. Like I said in the last video, again, I'm playing the Ocarina of Time. For this is probably, gosh, I probably played this game like 100 times by now.
But guys, look.
For real.
Guys, look. So you see how there's the same Nintendo on here?
Same
from right
color.
there. See.
I just wish you weren't missing your little joystick thing right now.
Yeah, that's how it was when I got it.
Alright, so we're gonna get started here pretty soon. You want them to come in like again towards the end of the video, right?
Yeah, but I gotta show them a couple.
One more thing.
I'm showing
You
them.
want to shout out to any other YouTubers?
Well,
in case they see this.
So if your name is Chadwell Clay and you're watching this, it's because he does a lot of things.
He's got a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, he's almost to 100 subscribers.
Oh, he's way past that.
No, he is. But he's almost to 1 million or something.
I think he's got more than 1 million. I
don't
think
know.
he's got lots of millions of subscribers.
I don't know how much he has.
I could be wrong.
I don't know how much.
Millions.
He has.
His videos have millions of views. I don't know if he might have like 750,000 subscribers or something.
And
that's still a lot. Though.
But if you're Chadwell Clay and you're watching this, I'm one of your fans. You're my favorite YouTuber. I just wanted to do that. And if your name is Mr. Beast and you're watching this, I like your videos. But
well, hopefully they find this video then.
yes, I really want them to. This panda's name is Pandy.
Pandy.
It's a really cute name. I know. And then this little cat's name, it looks like a really young cat.
Yeah, it's like a newborn kitty almost.
Yeah. And its name is Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi. Her name is Chi-Chi. And then this is the mama one. The mama of it. And the mama's
Cute.
name is the mama's. I kind of act like V sometimes because she does that stuff that I do when I say something wrong. But this one name is Cutie.
Cutie.
I like it. And that's all I need to show you. But I'll be back in the video in a second.
Heck yeah.
Because I'm going to go eat a snack.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit. Like, I'll be in here for like 20 minutes or something. And then see what you need to do to get ready for gymnastics, too. So, yep. I'll come grab you. All right, everybody. That was Nova, my fiance's daughter. She's really cool. She is a super cool human being. Has taught me a lot. Okay, so she'll be joining us near the end of the video, but for now we're going to jump back to Genesis chapter 6, and I'll just start reading from there. And, yep, leaving directly off from the last video. What's up?
Wait. I need to show you a candy that I love.
Hey, be careful with that candy around my look.
But it's this candy and you should get it because it's really yummy. I
A
like it.
bunch of sugar.
one's really yummy. This one.
There's going to be a whole bunch of people watching you eat that.
And I'm 6 years old.
Yep. Make sure you close that door good for me.
Okay.
Chapter 6, Genesis chapter 6. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth. And we've talked about a lot of generations thus far, but more generations are to follow. There are more people being born, and daughters were born unto them. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So this is kind of where we start to get into the book of Enoch type stuff. The lore of, the giants, the Nephilim, or like the offspring of these fallen angels and the human women. This is often misunderstood a lot of the time, I think. Damien Eccles, he actually talks about the Nephilim being a really important part of where like magic actually comes from. And they weren't giant, like literal giant humanoids. They were giants of men, as in their presence and their power is what made them giant. It wasn't like a stature type thing. So I would look more into Damien Eccles. I can't remember which video of his it is that he goes into detail on that. It's actually probably the Nephilim video. I think it's entitled Nephilim or something along those lines. He starts talking about that. So other material to look up while, we're reading about this is the book of Enoch, of course. Research the Nephilim. And then I've also been reading the book of Raziel, which is a lot of the lore about Adam and Eve getting kicked out of the Garden of Eden, but then being able to, being gifted this book of wisdom by the archangel Raziel. And it's all this extra lore that's like kind of taking place in between these chapters of Genesis, but it's extra information. And then they go on to talk about how, and I think the other angels were even jealous of this or something, and they tried to throw the book in the water. We'll get into that in a later video. And then I think God had, like a demon commanded, one of the other angels, or God commanded like a demon to actually fish this book out and then give the book back to Raziel to gift it to Adam and Eve. Something along those lines. And then extra lore of how Noah used the wisdom from the book of Raziel, how all these patriarchal fathers, I was talking about it a little bit in the last video with the Goetia, how they used the wisdom of this book on their journeys and such, as this lineage from Adam, is moving its way down. What else was I going to say? It had to do with Noah. Oh yeah, Noah uses the wisdom in the book of Raziel to help him build the ark, for when the floods come and all that. So let's get back to chapter 6. Sorry, I had a little bit of a preamble there. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So that's interesting. The Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. I'm not sure exactly what's being said right there, to be honest. That's kind of confusing. I would have to look a little more into it. There's another YouTube research channel. I think it's maybe Myth and Mythology Explained, or it's Legends of History. It's like one of those two channels, and they cover a lot of these extra angels, like the fallen angels and how the hierarchy of that all works. I know like Azazel's one of these main angels that gets like trapped, and it's in the book of Enoch where they get put into down into the pit, or like the center of the earth. I can't remember exactly how it goes. Not only the stories of these fallen angels, but one of those YouTube channels has a Book of Enoch series, so it would explain all of that kind of stuff in detail. So for now, let's just continue. Verse 4, chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. So that's kind of more in line with what Damien says about these being like men of power, men of renown, you know, instead of literal giants. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So basically, the people in the land had become unrighteous. Everything was becoming, wicked. They were getting so caught up in the physical. It seemed like getting into barbarism and getting into, just a lot of darkness, possibly black magic. We're not told a lot of those details, at least from extra lore and stuff that I've studied. I'm not completely aware, of what exactly people were doing at that time, when the flood was about to make its way through. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So that's interesting. It refers to the heart of the Lord here, as the Lord having a heart, And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. Sounds like he was ashamed of the fact that he had made man, possibly, or he was just sad, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it... Oh, there's like a hair or something stuck in here. Not sure if that'll disappear. Yeah?
I'm all done with my snack.
Okay, give me some time, and then I'll bring you back in at the end. Because I still have a lot of stuff I gotta read through.
You made Christopher go in there 3 times.
Well, you'll get extra time at the end. Plus, you've had I think maybe even a little more time than he had possibly.
Oh, and
it's about equal now.
At the end, I'm gonna tell them more shout-outs because I got some more shout-outs.
Cool. Yeah, just think about what you want to say. That way, once you get in here, you know what you're trying to do.
I'm just gonna hide in here. I don't like them.
You can hide in here if you want to. But that door needs to stay shut, and you got to stay quiet for me too. Okay. Let me find my spot again. Okay. And every creeping thing in the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. So he's talking about all creation, not just man, but the beasts, the creeping things. So basically having to start over. This is like a transmutation process. And they talk about, the world being destroyed by this deluge. It was water originally was the first destruction. And they say that the next destruction that's prophesied, and we'll talk about that at some point in the Bible when we get to it. I'm not sure which portion it is, but the world will go through a destruction of fire next time. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. He had the correct morality, all these things. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And in this, I've read a little bit from it before in previous books. I think maybe it was the hierarchy, if I can find it. Did I leave it up here on the shelf? I'm really having a hard time finding that book. Oh, here it is. I was looking for the black book. It's kind of green. The Secret School of Wisdom. I've read a little bit from this before, and it talks about the family line. It's back in there. The whole lineage, the righteous lineage, from Adam all the way to Noah, and how this information and knowledge was transferred and passed down, and how it's all part of like the original Illuminati and stuff. it's really interesting. It's not just like an organization. There's such a more primordial thing because Illuminati means the enlightened ones. So I think go back and check out one of my hierarchy videos, and I talk about that a little bit. I can't remember which part it is, but I want to say it's an earlier hierarchy video, and I can get back in that book, and there's a lot more I could read from it. That book has a lot of information in it that's super interesting, but it's basically the ritual work of the Bavarian Illuminati, from what I understand, their system essentially, and rituals and all that stuff. Going back, sorry I sidetracked once again. We are at chapter 6, verse 8. I'll read that again. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. So it's the same idea as with Enoch before, like they said that Enoch walked with God. Well, now Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. So it had become carnal. It was no longer spiritual. It wasn't in line with these divine or natural or hermetic laws. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. I'm not sure what that means. I will pitch it within and without with pitch. I might have to look that up too. And I forgot once again, I was going to look up what the definition of countenance was, because we had talked about the word countenance in one of the previous chapters. So I'll look that back up and try to find the context of where that was in the last videos and talk about that. Okay, verse 15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it, or make it of, I'm sorry. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits. Cubits is the measurement that they use, in the Bible a lot of the time. And this fits in line with symbolism of King Solomon's temple and stuff. Everything's measured in these cubits. And I'm trying to remember, I'm not sure if a cubit's, I don't remember the difference between like inches and feet and cubits, so I'll have to look that up as well. The breadth of it, so the length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. So it has multiple stories. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. So that's just like, that's verse 17. That's, very doomsday type stuff. He says, and behold, I, even I, do bring a flood. Hard to say what that is, from the original Hebrew translation. It may not be, translated exactly right. Go ask your mom how much time you have until gymnastics. Okay, verse 18. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee.
For 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. We got time then. So basically, God's saying that he's going to destroy all the world, but with Noah's family, he has this covenant, or he's made this promise that I'm going to keep you, safe and okay. You can bring your family with you. Verse 19, and of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. We're all familiar with this, you know, a male and a female of each animal. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. It makes me think of Queen's song, Keep Yourself Alive. Verse 21, and take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 6, and then we will start chapter 7 in just a minute. I'm trying to remember what fowls are.
Oh, I need to do something.
Cannot remember.
After you're done with chapter 6, can I come in the video and start talking?
Yeah, probably after chapter 7, because we're already at 25 minutes in this video. So yeah, I'm gonna run through chapter 7 real quick. I just want to make sure there's nothing else I wanted to cover in chapter 6. I think that pretty much covers it for now. Oh, I did want to say, I've talked about the Annunaki in some of my videos before. I'm sure I mentioned it quite a bit in probably maybe the first Bible video. You know, the beginning of Genesis talked a little bit about Enki and Enlil and the Sumerians and all that stuff. This idea of like 2 animals being put onto this ark. There's also like the spaceship idea that some people have, that they took the DNA from all the animals and basically kept all the DNA on this like spaceship. You know, the ark was actually, you know, it took, I don't know, it's just another version of the story I've heard, but then they were able to, you know, bring the life back on the earth after the destruction, and then, you know, they had the DNA, so they had the technology to grow these animals again on earth. Just another theory I'm throwing out there. So chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. You know, your family come onto the ark, of course. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. I'm not sure what is being referenced there either. This would be one of those times where it'd be nice to have like a slightly more modern version of the Bible. I think I maybe have one here. This is a King James version. Let's see here. And this is actually my Eastern Star Bible. It's actually really pretty. It's like white and silver. Is this a King James? Let's see here. Yes, this is King James. So I would actually want something. These are both the same version of King James. So I don't remember if I have another version of the Bible up here on the shelf. I thought I did. Maybe I got rid of. Yep. I used to have a newer Bible, but I left it at my parents' house, so I'll have to bring that back. What's up, Nova?
Can you hurry up?
My videos are long, because I'm getting a lot of information out. So I'm not gonna do that much longer of a video, because I already did one today. So I'm just gonna finish up chapter 7. That way we can start at chapter 8 next video. So, but I still got a little bit of stuff to cover here.
What's that?
That's a bookmark from where I was actually reading. So, yeah.
Without the camera?
Hmm?
Without the camera?
Yeah, just like me reading the book, silly. This is me going over it, like, so it takes me a while to make it through. Okay. So, where was I? Chapter 7, verse 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it, to reign upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Every substance he'll destroy from off the face of the earth. For yet 7 days. So he's saying that 7 days later, this is when he'll start to cause it to rain. Verse 5, and Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. So Noah had already been around for quite a while. A long time to live. So, he's been a righteous person for a long time. And you almost have to wonder if the practices and the secret information, like such as the stuff that was handed down from the book of Raziel and onward, if this helped them to prolong their life, if they had certain spiritual practices. They probably ate a lot better foods than we did. They didn't have like all this artificial stuff. It was straight from the earth, So it's just so it's so hard to say which of this is literal. And then a lot of the names and stuff are gematria, It's certain numbers of the Hebrew alphabet that go into spelling it. They add up. The numbers of each letter sum up to a certain number, which has a symbolical significance, essentially. Okay, where were we? Verse 7, and Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean. That's like where I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure what they mean by the clean beasts and the unclean beasts. And of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month. So that there might be some symbolism there. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. That's some interesting wording. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. This kind of like reminiscent of almost like Enoch type stuff again. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, which equals 80. Oh, don't jump on that. For sure. 40 days, 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah. And I think 40 days, and was it 40 days that Jesus was also tempted out in the desert? I could be wrong. I don't know if there's some correlation to that with the devil and stuff. The video just turned 33 minutes too. That was kind of cool. Let's see, verse 13 now. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. That's interesting. 2 and 2 of all flesh is the breath of life, or wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. That's interesting. Oh, he's just closing the door, sealing Noah in there, and with the animals. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Got just a little bit here, Nova. Verse 17, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare, B-A-R-E, up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. Just above the land or above the earth itself. That's some kind of interesting wording right there. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. So the waters were greatly increased upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. That's very reminiscent to the first chapter in Genesis. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. It almost looks like where is italicized, but I can't tell. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. There was a bunch of water, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven got covered. So yeah, that's confirming just a little bit that it's covering the hills, you know. The water, of course. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. So this is crucial because they're talking about the breath of life. Chapter 7, verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. Because remember, God breathed life into existence, and it had a lot to do with like the creation of Adam as well. And if I can find in here, they summed it up real well in the book of Raziel, but it's definitely in some of my other Kabbalistic books and such. The breath of life is referred to as the Neshama. These are the 5 names of the human soul, or the 5 parts of the human soul. The Neshapha is the breath of life. The Nefesh refers to the soul itself. The Ruach refers to the spirit or mind. Cheya refers to the life or vitality of the spirit. I feel like I've heard another name for that. And Yakaida refers to the unity or uniqueness of the spirit. So I just wanted to pull that out real quick and go over that. We're almost done with chapter 7 here, and then we will pick up on chapter 8 next video, and I'll let Nova have her final words for this video before we go ahead and take off. But let me finish this.
Can I go to gymnastics?
Yep, and she's got to go to gymnastics tonight.
I like gymnastics.
Okay, so we were at verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died, and every living substance was destroyed. Not just life, every living substance. That's kind of key right there. It's total alchemical transmutation. You know, it's there's 3 parts to alchemy. There's like I think it's the breaking down, the dissolving, and then it has to like grow again, and then it transfigures into something new, and it's this threefold process. And we'll probably go over that in later videos because I've got some cool books on alchemy. That's something that I haven't really studied in quite a while, at least not like physical alchemy, like potions and stuff like that. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So I'm guessing you had the 80 days of rain, so the water stayed on the earth for 150 days. Dang, I think that's what that's saying there. Alrighty, so we'll pick up on at chapter 8 next time.
I got some shout-outs to do.
Alrighty, and I'm just going to give the floor to Nova. I'm going to step away
So
from
guys,
here
I'm
real quick.
going to show you guys a couple more shout-outs because these are YouTubers that I like that I think they would be watching this. So first, Unspeakable, if you're watching this, yeah, I just want to give a shout out to you because I love your videos. You're always like crazy in it. But some videos, like one of your old videos when you're doing, like if you reading your teller's mind, that was calm videos. Sometimes you guys do calm videos, sometimes you guys do crazy videos. But I want to just shout out, and I got another shout out for Salish. if you're watching this, please. If you're watching this, I love your videos because sometimes you get trolled by your brothers for like 24 hours, or sometimes you get to troll your brother for 24 hours. And I remember the video when you got a dog, and yeah, that's just one I did. And then the last one is Adley, if you're watching this. I like your videos, and yeah. Those are all my shout-outs I wanted to do.
Cool. Anything else you want to say?
Hold on. There has to be one more shout-out. I'm just thinking of it right now. But guys, I'm going to tell you in a little bit of a second. But,
I was going to say we don't want to go too much longer because we're already at 41 minutes just about. That's pretty long.
I just realized this. So Stephen Sheriff, like share the love. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're watching this, I like your videos, and yeah. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. So yes.
Alrighty.
Because I really want, and Chadwell Clay, if you're watching this, I really want you to comment something. And yeah. Well, you don't have to, but I just want to know something. And
You really wanted to know something, you said?
yeah.
Well, what did you want to know?
If Allie's gonna be a part of the Spy Ninjas, but I still don't think she should be able to.
No.
But I kinda wanna see if they trust her. Yes. I wanna see if they trust her now. Okay?
Gotcha. Alrighty. So, okay.
I can't wait to see all their comments, what they do.
Alrighty guys, so hopefully you like this video. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit the little notification
Yeah, if you
bell.
wanna get a subscribe, if you wanna get what is it called again? That I was just doing?
Notifications?
No, like what did I just say? I forgot.
Subscribe?
No,
Shoutouts?
no. Shoutouts. If you wanna get a shout out, you better hit a thumbs up. Because if you didn't get a shout out this video, you might get it the next video.
Cool. Alrighty, we're gonna turn this off, I think. So, peace and blessings, everybody. Take care. Stay happy, healthy, safe, prosperous, abundant. See you next time.